Welcome back to Stocklabs for another market recap. This is for the week that ended October 1st, Friday. So last week, looking ahead to the final week of September trading, I just had a feeling that I said it on the video. I didn't have a whole lot of basis for it. I just had a feeling that the week was going to be soft just because of how the entire month went, and then we're coming into quarter end and all this stuff like that. So it just didn't seem like a scenario where the market was going to be very bullish for this week, and it wasn't. I think Monday dipped and then sort of rallied up, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday just got crushed. All 3 days. I think we were just closing on the lows every day. Really nasty reversals intraday for individual stocks and things like that. Hard to find anything that was going to work. And then Friday, we started flat-ish, or we started up, and then ended up going negative in the morning. But the selling sort of dried up by, I don't know, maybe 10:30 or 11 o'clock on Friday, and then it didn't seem like a very forceful rally, but I mean, it rallied. The market just walked straight up into the close. A little bit of hope for the coming week. I kind of had a thought that a new month, there's new money coming in that has to get allocated. So, all these closing dumps and everything that had been happening in a lot of September, might not see as much of it. But, we'll find out as we go through the month a little more. So our major ETFs, how'd they do? I mean, we know they were soft, but what were the numbers? So IWM was the outperformer, only down 30 basis points. And the rest, Dow down 1.3%, SPY down a little over 2%, and the Qs down 3.5%, which is a pretty bad week for the Qs. I don't know. That could be the worst week in a while. I'd have to look exactly, but pretty bad week, and a lot of winners, getting beaten up on. Speaking of winners, our mega caps, at least the sort of FANG market leaders, they all pretty much got touched up this week. Netflix has been really strong for a while now. I think we've mentioned it, in a handful of these recaps, but it's holding over 600 now. I don't know what the all-time high is on it. I could check, but it's got to be pretty close. Unless I'm just misremembering something completely. But the rest of them, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, they were all down anywhere from 3 to 4%. So basically in line with those ones were basically in line with the NASDAQ. NASDAQ was down 3.5%, like we said. And overall, what's Tesla at? Yeah, so Tesla almost pushing 800 too, so pretty strong. That's been strong for a little while now, a couple weeks. But altogether down 2%. So basically in line with the S&P. I'll go to our industries just to see if anything stuck out as far as sector rotations. And so materials have been strong. Oil's been rallying hard. Oil is having no problems, holding a bid or anything like that. And you're starting to see a lot of those stocks that sort of relate to not just oil, but all different sorts of commodities are a lot of them pretty solid uptrends. So they're doing okay. The rest of the market this week, not great. So utilities down, tech down, obviously. Healthcare down. Healthcare, I don't know, weird sector, in my opinion. It's always just getting lit up for some reason. Services, industrials, financials, all flattish, but soft, and consumer down. So subsectors, what do we have? A lot of oil and gas, banks, sort of the stuff I just mentioned before. Okay, movies, that's kind of whatever. But these are all part of that reflation type trade. Although, it's not crazy strong because, there's only 5 of them that are up over 5%. And the rest kind of, they're up, but they're not like making crazy moves. And on the downside, not sure what happened with department stores, but they got hit 10%. And then what we don't like to see in these sort of laggard sectors are all these semiconductors. What else? Tech, software. Yeah, we really don't want to be seeing stuff like that in this, leading to the downside. But, it happens sometimes. Could be one-off. Could be a one-off thing. But yeah, you notice like there's not that many more. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 sectors down 5%. The rest are down, 4 something, 3 something. And it goes. So a lot of these numbers were much worse at the close on Thursday. The relief rally on Friday is sort of masking a little bit of how bad of a week it was. But hey, it all counts. If we made a move on Friday, we made a move on Friday. But the week as a whole was tough. Okay, let me go to our market cap sorted, and 1 to 5 billion are okay. So basically flat, down 6 basis points. And that cap range includes a lot of like the oil and gas sort of commodity type stocks. They're all like on the verge of bankruptcy half the time, and just generally smaller market caps and all this stuff. Okay, 5 to 10 billion, down 30 basis points. So a little bit worse, but basically in line with IWM. Large caps, yeah, so they got hit, down 1.8%. And mega caps are down 2.25%. And over 100 billion, this will be, so down 2.2%. So same as S&P for anything over, anything over 50 billion is basically just mirroring the market. So we'll see what intelligence has to say for the coming week, ETF wise or sector wise, however you want to read into it. Okay, ARK bullish, FAST bullish, SSO bullish. Okay, so just general bullishness. Looking to continue the bounce. Although I would really like to see like some more ETFs, some more bullish ETFs on here. Maybe like semiconductors, something like that. Or even like The Qs would be good. Okay, let's change this to downside. And see what we got. Okay, this is sort of more in line of what I wanted to see on the bullish side. We have like all these. So these are all bear ETFs. Wait, let me check. Bear, 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 bear. Yeah, these are all bear ETFs. So bear NASDAQ, bear semis, bear Russell, bear NASDAQ, vol, bear oil and gas, bear banks. So these are all set to, supposedly decline. 5, 6, 7, 8%. So that would line up with an okay rally in the market. You're probably looking to extend the retrace up. I don't know what particular level per se. I'd have to look. I'd have to look specifically on S&P or Nasdaq, but yeah, I mean a continuation of the rally. I will say it's not crazy that we rallied on Friday. I mean, we had sort of been, all this time in here, even back here, it didn't get to it, but all this time really from like the whole last week of, second to last week of September into the last week, we were sort of monitoring for these oversold signals, and we finally started getting them, and we got 3 in a row. This was like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, oversold, oversold, oversold. You can see that it's hard for the market to push this oscillator, much further down than these oversold thresholds, and that's because, these thresholds are measured by, basically true pain points. So, it's hard to get worse, all at once. I mean, you can, this threshold can trend down if the scores stay low for an extended period, but in one burst like this, you could see like the market was trading down, but this oscillator was sort of just staying pinned. It wasn't, it wasn't dropping further into oversold territory. So yeah, then we got a bounce Friday, which, doesn't take these away. Just, the move has supposedly started. So you can probably look to buy dips next week. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, these signals are basically good for 2 weeks. So you're looking at like the first half of October to be, sort of back to the market that we saw maybe in the midsummer-ish, where, it just calms down and, things find a little bit of a trend for a couple weeks. But, anything can happen. New month, September was pretty bad, so it's fresh in people's minds. They might be a little skittish. And I would probably prepare for a little bit more sort of two-way trading. I think that's probably the more likely scenario for next week. Although I almost forgot to mention, now that we're in October, one of the most bullish months of the year, so off to a good start. And that's pretty much it. Tough week, tough month, really, as a whole. But, we sort of followed it along. A lot of these recaps, I was sort of saying, like, there isn't not really seeing anything that is saying, just swing this thing long. But, I mean, we're starting to get some of those types of signals. So, again, that's it. See you guys next week, and good luck.